Cafesjian's Carousel is one of our city's treasures and one of my favorite things in St. Paul. This year, the Carousel celebrates its 100th birthday, and the story of how this merry-go-round ended up in Como Park is just as interesting as the meticulous detail on these beautiful horses. With me now is Peter Boehm, president of Our Fair Carousel, the nonprofit organization originally formed to rescue and now to operate the carousel. So Peter, tell us a little bit about this work of art and about that rescue.
Well, in 1914, a man named Austin McFadden asked for and received permission from the State Fair to put in a roller coaster and a permanent merry-go-round. Roller coaster only lasted till 1935, whereas the carousel lasted until 1988, when the former owners decided they were going to put up the individual horses for auction and sell them off to collectors. We read the story in the paper, and my wife said to me, "This is terrible, somebody ought to do something." And I said, one of the silliest things I've ever said in my life, I said, "Let's see what we can do." That was 25 years ago. And this is what we've done. We've found a permanent home for this beautiful carousel, which is turning 100 this season. It's been restored to look like it looked in 1914, and it's run completely by volunteers.
Well, myself and I'm sure everyone in St. Paul thanks you for making that decision. You formed the organization, now you're raising the money. Talk about that.
Well, Jerry Cafesjian was the most magnanimous donors to a project. He donated originally $600,000 to save the carousel itself, and over time he donated more to build this building, to buy and to restore the band organ that's behind me, and to help with the restoration of the carousel. Altogether $1.2 million toward this project. And one of my favorites is a little girl named Kim Taylor, donated 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and a nickel to help save her favorite pinto pony. And 15 years later, her parents adopted a pony in her name.
Peter, I understand that the city of St. Paul also stepped in to help.
Right. When we first started this project, we knew we were going to need a public and private partnership, and the city of St. Paul stepped up to be the public partner we needed. First, they guaranteed our loan, and it was pretty clear that if we did not successfully raise the money we needed, they would sell the carousel, because we did not want to put city funds at risk. No one thought that was a good idea. But since then, they've given us a home first in Town Square Park in downtown St. Paul, and now in this beautiful home in Como Park, where we hope we'll be for another 100 years.
Talk about this beautiful machine.
Where to begin? Because we've restored it, first the machinery and then all the horses, I feel like I've touched every piece of the machine, as have many volunteers in this community. We always seem to find the right people to step up at the right time. The local electricians union came and helped us to wire the machine when we needed to bring it up to code. We've had artists come and help us do the painting to restore the horses. And it's just been a community effort all the way through. There have been so many people who've found a way. And I see them come back years later. Someone who was a student at St. Paul Technical College who worked on the electrical system will point up to a light box and tell his children, "I did that." And it's the kind of thing that keeps this a generationally involved project.
The Carousel's major benefactor, Gerard Cafesjian, said, "I believe something special happens on a merry-go-round. The music, the magic, and the movement combine to create a one-of-a-kind experience." You need to bring your family here for this experience. Gerard Cafesjian spent over $1 million to preserve this carousel, but it will just cost you $2 a ticket. For hours of operation and more info on the Carousel, go to ourfaircarousel.org.
Come take a ride. Help us celebrate our 100th birthday.